Morning, America. Afternoon, America. It's lunchtime here in Texas. I am back home, and people are wondering what happened to me. I was gone for a couple weeks. I was out in Arizona for that last week. There was just really nothing to film. I did film a couple things on GoPro. I haven't edited them yet, so take some time to get those put up. Seems like I've just been busy. Left on. Morning, Lisa. How you doing? Let's see who's first. Lisa's first. Lisa's the only one here. Looks like there's 9 folks so far. So it's a Saturday. People are out doing things. I didn't expect a whole lot of people to watch, but figured I better make some kind of a video. People are wondering what happened to me. Now I made that last video. What was it? Is that when we went up to the mine and the side-by-sides? I think was the last video I made. And guilty mama, how you doing? But yeah, we went up there on the side-by-sides, and then we got back to camp, and one day just was like the next day was like the next day. We went and did things, but nothing worth doing a video over, you know. And then I guess it was around Thursday, like a couple weeks ago, we took off, went up to Parker, and stayed a couple nights at the casino there in Parker. And then after that, they all headed up to Lake Havasu, and I went back down to Quartzsite to get wood. I stayed one night in Quartzsite, got a whole bunch of wood the next morning, and then came back up to Lake Havasu. And we got to Lake Havasu. I did a couple of videos. I filmed some stuff up there. I've got enough for 2 videos, I think. But it takes time to edit it. And just up there, just seemed like every time you turned around, there was somebody talking to you, or we were running off to go do something, or it just, it's fun. I find it funny that the less I work, the more I work, the busier I am. I was just thinking about the other day. I didn't work this hard when I was driving the truck. I was in the truck and drove. Around here, I'm working on the bus or doing something, you know, and just, so anyway, stayed around there for about 5 days, I guess. And then on Sunday morning, packed up and headed home. I told Pam I'd be home by Valentine's Day. What a made up crock of crap holiday that is. But anyway, the girls like it, I guess. So the girls seem to like it, I guess. So I don't know. It's made up by the florist industry and Hallmark cards. So anyway, so I told her I'd be back by then. When I originally left, I told her I'd be gone about 3 weeks. I was gone 4.5 weeks, I think, something like that. Or a little over 4, just a couple days over 4 weeks. So I left on the 10th and I got home on the 12th. Or 13th, I got home on the 13th. So anyway, a month and 3 days. Like I said, got up to Lake Havasu, and we went and did a few things. It wasn't live stream stuff, but it was, I filmed it on a GoPro. And so I think I'll do some editing on that and get a couple of those videos up. But thing is, whenever we got time, you know, I'll come out here. Mark Nichols, I think. Where are my glasses? I lost my glasses. I have no glasses here. Where are my glasses? Yeah, well, see if I can read it. Mark, thanks for doing what you did with the convoy. Also share your disgust about the evil lady in the California pertaining to the life of unborn child. Mark, live at Eric, working on the girlfriend in North Dakota. Working in the oil field, North Dakota. Okay, that's kind of old history. been a while since that came up. My Old Lady's Cooking Show, howdy! How you doing? Yeah, when you retire, you have less time. Well, when you retire, you finally have time to do all those things you've been putting off. And I got a lot of stuff. Now, the things I've been doing right now, I got, let's see, back up, where was I? We were out in Lake Havasu, went and did a few things, but I didn't have time to edit any of it. And between going and doing stuff during the day and running around and coming back and sitting around a campfire all night, by the time you get back in the van, it's time to go to bed, and you know, yeah, it just seems like the whole day goes boom, just like that, you know. But do I still have my bus? No, I don't have the bus. Right there. Sooner lady. No, I don't have the bus. I'm teasing with you. I'm teasing with him. Yeah, it's right there. See. I took the van out because Pam needed to stay home. Oh, she put her house up for sale finally, and she put her house up for sale. They listed it on Thursday morning. They had a showing at 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Wow. But apparently people weren't too impressed or something. I don't know. The street was too busy. We live on a residential street. But apparently the street it's the main thoroughfare coming into the neighborhood, and she didn't like that. Whatever. And apparently when they walked out and looked in the backyard, the neighbor's dog must have just happened to be out and went boop. You know, it doesn't bark a lot, but every now and then he'll go boop, and that's it. And whoop, there's dogs in the backyard, can't have that. So anyway, and then that was Thursday, and then Friday, yesterday, had another showing. Second day, second showing. Wow, did pretty good. And then last night at 9 o'clock, realtor sent her an email, would like to show it in the morning, like first thing in the morning. And Pam said, no, I'm too busy, or you know, I don't want to get up so early and stuff. I'm retired, I want to get up, so don't want to do it early in the morning, maybe, you know, later at midday or something like that. And they never came back. And I told her, well, that's the one that was going to buy your house. You just turned that one away. So the light's catching my mustache just right. It makes it look like it's, anyway. So anyway, that's, the house is for sale. It's on the market right now, and trying to sell it. And we'll see how long that takes. In the meantime, even if it's sold today, even if somebody said, yeah, I want to buy it today, it takes 3 or 4 weeks to go through all the closing crap and everything. So I got time to get the bus finished. We'll get it finished enough to live in. I only got one more thing to do on it to make it livable. Not finished, but livable, functional, you know. And that's the kitchen counter in. Kitchen counter and the sink. And get that, you know, all that plumbing, and just one hookup to the faucet, and the water heater is already hooked up. Everything's ready to go except the faucet. So hook up to the faucet and run the drain and install the countertop and the sink and get all that put together. And then after that, build the cabinets, the drawers, the drawers. And I got drawers right behind me back here. Right here, but I don't think they're gonna fit right because I had to remodify the way I put the cabinet in. So I'm gonna have to either shave them down somehow or just rebuild new ones. So anyway, farted around up there until Saturday night, and then Sunday, packed up Sunday to drive back home, 2 days to drive back home. Went back down to Quartzsite at noon on Sunday, and had lunch with Eugene and Mark. Mark's the drone guy, okay? Mark's the drone guy, and Eugene, everybody knows Eugene. Anyway, so here's Eugene. We went and had lunch, and then I took off and came home. I got over to Tucson, I stopped and watched the Super Bowl, and wow, there was a Jesus commercial on the Super Bowl. How scandalous. Anyway. That was the big commercial, was the Jesus commercial, you know. Anyway, what else? Then went ahead and drove over to New Mexico that night, Sunday night. Drove over to New Mexico and went to bed, and then got up the next morning and drove all the way back to Texas. Got home, and put me to work. As soon as I got home, put me to work tearing the dryer apart. Apparently, brand new dryer. It's only about 6 months old. And she said that it quit heating. It still tumbles and everything, it just doesn't put any heat out. So she did some research and found a YouTube video, said it was a fuse in the back. So when I got home, she just changed that fuse. Okay, well, it wasn't a fuse. It was I think it's called a thermocouple. And I took that out, went down to the store, can't get one, order it, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a warranty on the damn thing. So I just told her to get the warranty guy to come out and fix it, because it might not be that. It might be the actual heating element. So he's supposed to show up Monday, I think. And then that was Monday night. And then Tuesday, what did I do Tuesday? Tuesday I came out to the shop and started taking stuff out of the van. Started taking things out of the semi. First order of business when I got back here is get the semi for sale. Put it up and put it on ads and try to sell it. So it's been for sale, but I haven't advertised it at all. So I'm gonna start advertising it. And $100,000 is what I'm hoping to get. $100,000. So anyway, you know, anybody wants to buy the white and blue peat, big sleeper. Anyway, I cleaned it all out, took everything out of it on Tuesday, and did a couple things. I put lights up here like a dummy. I come out here in the dark all this time. I had one little spotlight over here that I plugged in, and it kind of shined on the roof and gave me a little light so I wasn't stumbling around. But once it got dark, you can't see in here. So I had that one light. And like a dummy, way back before I bought this property, I bought this property in 14, so I guess it was around 2013. I bought all this woodworking equipment, the table saw and the bandsaw and the planer and all the different stuff, the chop saw. I bought all that stuff and put it in the garage. Made a little workshop in the garage. And I put these lights up. See that fluorescent light over here, right there, that fluorescent light. And then over here, there's one up here, right there. Okay, so they were in the garage all this time, and like a dummy, I just didn't even think about it. Hello, Greg. So anyway, all this time I didn't even think about those lights in there. I could have plugged these in a long time ago. Didn't think about it. So we're kind of cleaning the house up back before I went to Arizona. We're kind of taking things out of the house, putting it in the container, kind of cleaning the house up to make it look nicer for the presentation, for the sale. And she said, "What are you gonna do with these lights out here?" I'm like, "Put them in my shop," like a dummy, you know. So anyway, that's what I did Tuesday. I put those up and put things away, kind of unpacked everything from the trip. Question a few people have asked, why did you take your van? Why did you take Pam? Pam needed to stay home and take care of the house and get it ready for the realtor sale, okay? So she needed to stay home and take care of that and get a few little odds and ends, handyman stuff fixed. She needed to replace some of the tiles in the laundry room, get a painter to come in and touch up that textured paint. I can paint, but I don't know anything about that texturing, you know? And there was places that needed to be patched up, so to say, and make it look nice. So the realtor suggested this handy came over and did all that work while I was gone. And so she needed to stick around for that. So I got to think, well, I'm gonna leave and go out there. Why drive the bus out there for just me? I just drive the van. Better fuel mileage, and it works fine for just one person. So that's why Pam stayed home, and that's why I drove the van out. So anyway, so yeah, it was Tuesday. I got back and unloaded everything, put the lights and whatnot. On Wednesday, about 3 weeks ago, that tooth right there, the cap, it's a crown, and the crown came off. And so I was walking around without a tooth back here all for a couple, 3 weeks. So on the way home, I called the dentist and said, "Hey, can you re-glue this?" It just popped off. The wine guy, I don't know if you remember him, but there was a guy from California, and he was a wine expert. That's what he does. He does talks about wine, and somewhere in Northern California is where he lives. And the local grocery store chain, he does a weekly or a monthly write-up about different wines and stuff. Anyway, he's out there around the campfire one night and drinking wine, and I'm drinking my beer, and everybody else is drinking whatever, you know, and talking and just having regular, you know, sitting around the fire. And he pulls out this bag of candy, and he's digging through this candy. He says, "Want some candy?" I'm like, no. And I just happened to spot a milk dud. So, because all the candies he had were like hard candies, and I don't know, just different, peppermints and stuff like that. But I saw that milk dud. I'm like, I like chocolate. Sure, I'll take that milk dud. So I'm sitting there chewing on that milk dud, and of course they're real chewy and tarry, real sticky. And I bit down on it back here, and when I pulled back up, it lifted that crown right off the tooth, broke the glue or the cement or whatever they call it. So anyway, I saved the tooth, got back to the dentist. He looked it over and said, "Yep, just glued it back on there, stuck it on there." So anyway, that's what I did on Wednesday at 1:30 in the afternoon. So it kind of kills the day. By the time I come out here to do something, I can't really get into anything before I got to leave and drive the other direction up to Fort Worth where the dentist is. So they're basically Tuesday or Wednesday was a waste. It just, the whole day was just the dentist, and that was it. And then, Thursday I came out here and finished, I kept working on the bus, and I drove on Thursday I come out here and got in the semi, and I drove over to the truck wash and got it all cleaned up real pretty and washed up on the outside, and came back, and then, what was it? Something else happened. Forget now. I had to go do something. I don't remember. Anyway, that's about all I did yesterday on Thursday was clean that truck up. Came out Friday with all the different kinds of cleaners and stuff and Windex and all that kind of stuff, and kind of detailed the truck, got all nice and spick and span. Everything's out of it, ready to go, ready for sale. It's right now. So anyway, I took pictures of it on Thursday on the outside. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I took pictures of the outside, but the inside was still a little dirty. So I wanted to clean that up and move everything out of it and armor all the dash and all that kind of stuff. So I did that yesterday. So I take pictures of it on the inside this evening after the sun goes down. When you take pictures inside a vehicle, like an RV or a big sleeper or whatever, and you take pictures and the outside is real bright and it's coming through the windows, the contrast is real bad, and it just blows it out right there. So I realized that taking pictures on the inside of that truck is better at night, okay? So I'll wait till this evening after the sun goes down, and I'll go in there with my camera and the little flash here, and I'll take a picture, turn all the dome lights on and everything, and take pictures on the inside in the evening, because it looks better. You can see the interior better because you don't have that really bright window right there, and you don't have the windshield really bright, So it just looks better at night, takes better photos. So after I get those photos tonight, go home, and that's when I'll start loading them onto the different different websites and stuff that I'm going to go to, and start selling the truck. And so that's what I'm going to do today. That's what I did yesterday. So today I come out, and I think I'm going to clean the shop up a little bit. Just all the junk around here. Just try to clean the shop up just a little bit better and put things away. Not really clean the shop, but just straighten it up a little bit. So I'll probably do that all day and once I get that done, then if I get that done early enough, I'll actually start doing stuff on the bus. I'm trying to get my head wrapped back in gear of building, like I said, the first thing I need to work on is the kitchen countertop and everything, and get those mounted in there. They're just sitting on top right now. I just got them sitting there on top. I need to actually screw them and mount them to the wall and everything. And also where the TV is, start mounting all that stuff up. It's just, all that stuff is just sitting there. I need to actually mount it up and get the pipes and all that thing for mounting the TV and all this kind of stuff. I'll show you how to do that later in another video. But so that's kind of what I'm going to do today. But try not to make a terribly long video here. Just wanted to let you know I'm still alive. Just didn't have anything to film. Last week up there, there was nothing to go, wow, we got to film this. And and then when I have to come home, I've just been busy. I was going to do a video yesterday afternoon, but I texted Lisa, Great Dane, and asked her if she'd be available for a video. And she said she was busy rescuing a dog, I think, or something like that. So your truck will sell. It is famous. Your truck will sell. It is famous. I don't know if that would matter to most people. There's not that many people that would be in the market to buy. People that really want to buy a truck that would know that who Sasnak is, or it was on the convoy, or any of that stuff. I don't think that's going to make a hill of beans to whoever buys it. So yeah, I'm just looking at it as just a regular truck. I wish I would have come back right after the convoy. As soon as the convoy was over, the market was really swinging right at the time. It had been swinging for about a year, really going good. And I probably could have sold that truck in June for about 150,000. And oh, better go back to work. So I started driving the damn thing, and here it is. The markets, the economy has slowed down a little bit. Interest rates have gone up. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much, Joe, for doing all that for us. You know, but so yeah, everything's kind of slowed down and everything. So that truck market has slowed down also. So I don't think I'll be able to get 150 now. That being said, I go to some of these websites that advertise trucks like Auto Trader, Auto Trader, but for semis. You go to those websites and everything. Some of the other trucks that are in the same category as this truck, the same general era, 2001, from 2000 through 2007, that era, okay? And what that era means, what I mean by that is anything 99 and older is pre-emissions, obviously, but it's also pre-logbook. You can still run paper logbooks on those old trucks, okay? Shadow Wolf, how you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Shadow Wolf, how are you doing? Anyway, so let's see, what was it? A 99 and older truck is pre-emission, but it's also pre-logbook, or not pre-logbook, pre-electronic log. You can run a paper log on those older trucks. Why? Because they didn't have electronics on the trucks. So there's nothing for the electronic logbook to hook into. So most of those are, those older trucks like that are either manual motors, or the electronic engine wasn't advanced enough to do the logbook stuff. In 2000, they changed all the electronics in those trucks. That's why in 2000 and newer have to run electronic logbooks. So there's the pre-emission and pre-logbook trucks. Then there's the pre-emission but post-logbook trucks. Those are from 2000 to 2007. And in 2008, they went to emission trucks. Okay, so I've been in that category of 2000 to 2007. So I'm on 04. So the trucks that are available that are in that same category, there's three of them out there that are for sale for 150. There's one for 100. It's a Peterbilt with the exact same sleeper I have, but it has a brand new overhauled engine. Okay, I mean my engine's been overhauled maybe 300,000 miles ago, which is fairly recent, but it's got a lot of miles left on it. But his is brand new, overhauled, and it's a different motor than one I have. It's got the twin turbo Acer, and it's brand new overhauled. Whereas mine's got the old MBN motor. So, just to look at the pictures of his truck, or whoever that is, but to look at that truck and my truck, looks like they're about the same shape, physical shape and everything. Looks like they're about the same, but he's got a brand new overhaul with warranty on the engine. So he's asking 150. I don't know if he'll get it or not. There's a Kenworth on there that's about an 05 or an 06, I think, and they're wanting 130 for it, and it looks about the same. It's very, very similar to mine, except it's Kenworth instead of a Peterbilt. But Kenworth and Peterbilt are equal, in the truck market, they're equal as far as prices and stuff. And then there's another truck on there for 67,000, I think, or 67, I think. And it's the same year and everything as mine. Why is it so cheap? Because it's a hunk of shit. You look at it and it's just in bad shape. You can just look at it and tell it's bad shape just from the pictures, And it doesn't, it's got an old double eagle sleeper. So drivers that know, people that know anything about that, it's double eagles were the original big custom sleepers, really big sleepers, but they went out of business 20 or 10, 15, 20 years ago. And trying to find parts for those sleepers are impossible because they're out of business. And they're very dated. Now, if you're looking for that old classic, retro look, then that's what you want. But anyway, it's just not in very good shape. They only want 67,000 for it because it's rode hard and put up wet, you can tell. Okay, so I'm thinking putting mine around 100. Maybe I'll start at 110. I'll advertise for 110 and let them knock down to about 100, and I'll get what I want, hopefully. So we'll see how that works. So I'm going to advertise, do all that. Take pictures and start advertising that this weekend sometime, or at least by Monday, get it up and running, get the pictures loaded up on that website and everything. So I'm trying to think what else. So get the bus. Oh, and in the evening, instead of editing video, I got to start putting my taxes together. It's that time of year, so I got to start gathering all that shit to take down to the accountant, start doing my taxes. So that's why I haven't been putting any videos out. It just seems like every time I turn around, I got something going on. I'm busy. I've got things to do. So, trying to think what else. I guess we'll read a couple comments here, and that might trigger something else to talk about. Otherwise, where are my glasses? I do not have my glasses yet. Let me go get some glasses so I can read this better. Be right back. All right. Glad you're selling the truck. Good move. Yeah, I'm gonna sell the truck, and I don't want to drive truck no more. I'll drive up there in Wisconsin doing that job, but that's pickups and stuff. I want to get out of 18-wheelers. Tired of them. Not to say if I need to run up to Kansas and work for Kirk for harvest, I'll drive a truck up there. But that's a totally different kind of trucking. But as far as the long haul and going through Atlanta and Chicago and anywhere on the East Coast and California, I'm kind of done with that, I think. I really hope I'm done with that. 35 years is enough, 35 years is enough. One of the things I do wish I'd have done, wish I'd have thought about doing a YouTube channel before 2017. I wish I would have thought about when did YouTube come in, around 2011 or something like that. I don't remember when YouTube came around, but anyway, so many of these people started out on YouTube early. They've got millions of subscribers now, and I would have been, one of the early truckers on YouTube, and the channel might have really took off. But by the time I got into it, I didn't even know there were YouTube truck drivers. I thought, why would anybody want to watch a driver drive a truck? Well, I learned there's a lot of people that are interested in it. So, but I wish I'd have got into the YouTube earlier than I did. But anyway, doing the doing the YouTube, when I did do it, at least, I've gained so many friends, so many people that I've met over the last almost 6 years. April 1st is coming about a month and a half from now. April 1st will be 6 years. So I've met a lot of really good people. Met a few assholes, but especially on that convoy. Not so much met them, but just the trolls on convoy and everything. But But met a lot of really good people. Some of my best friends right now are people I've met because of the YouTube. Eugene, really like Eugene. I wouldn't have met him if it wouldn't have been for YouTube. So Mark, another one, you know, people like that. Now, I wouldn't say Tom, but Tom's a jerk. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But anyway, I met a lot of good people, you know, Donnie and all them. I wouldn't have met them probably had it not been for YouTube. I might have met them at the court site and everything, but they wouldn't have, you know, wouldn't have introduced themselves, you know, said hi if it wasn't for the channel. I would have just been some guy sitting around a campfire. So anyway, met a lot of good people because of it. Let's see. All right. Seems like I had another thought there, but anyway. But yeah, 35 years. I was going 35 years of trucking. That's half of my life. I'm 50. I kept saying 57. I'm actually 58. I lost a year somewhere. I'm actually 58. So 58 minus 35. I've been trucking for more than half of my life. You know, 35 years times 2 would be 70. So yeah, I've been trucking since I was 22 years old. So let's see. Good to see you, Stan. Hope all is well. Thank you, Lori. Hi, Brenda. How you doing? Hi, Don T. Rump's on here. Good. Jay Bray. Hi. My little brother I'm 59. My little brother, I'm 59. Okay. Equipment Mummy. You're down home personality, no drama. That's why I follow you. Oh, okay. No drama. See, and that's the thing. So many people want the drama. I could go and do a bunch of drama stuff, which I don't like to do. But I could do a whole bunch of drama stuff and probably make the channel better, you know, or not better, but more viewers and stuff. It's just not me, you know. I was watching yesterday morning before I come out here, got to watching TV and got to watching one of those Gold Rush on Discovery Channel. And all they're doing is digging some damn dirt out of the ground and sifting for gold. And they go, oh, it's all drama. We're about, the truck's about ready to fall over, and we got to fjord this river. And you know, they take a hour-long documentary type show and turn it into a 5-season, you know, crap about stuff that has nothing to do with gold, you know. Anyway. I don't normally watch those shows, but I flipped it on and just started watching that one for a couple episodes, and I'm thinking, why? So anyway, if I want drama, I'll get on Facebook. There you go. Don Tree, nah, please just say you say you and we will stick around. Yeah, I'm still going to do YouTube and all that. It'll just won't be on a semi. And I never thought of the channel as a trucking channel. I never thought of it that way. I didn't do trucking stuff. I traveled around the country, just so happened to be in a truck, you know. But I travel around in a van or travel around in a bus. It's still travel and still going doing things. I looked at myself more as a travel channel than anything. I just happened to be in a truck, and I get put into this category. Oh, it's a trucking channel. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Well, I ain't a trucking channel no more. You know, how you like that? How you like them apples? Some don't like the politics, but I enjoy your rants. Well, you want to start talking about? Let's talk about China and their president, Biden. Biden, president of China. No, he's not. He's not. They're the president. He's the marionette. What happened to Mud Pig? I called Mud Pig Tuesday when I was out here. I tried to sit down, take a little break, and I tried to call Mud Pig, and he didn't answer. So, oh, I can't answer this though, Frank. What happened to Mud Pig? He hasn't done a video in months since last year. I hope he's doing okay. Yeah, he's doing fine. He's just concentrating on work and he let his truck go and he went to work for somebody else. I can't remember who. Running, is it ABF? I think it's ABF. Pulling doubles locally up there, you know, in the regional, I guess. And he's doing fine. He's just, he's concentrating on work and making a living for his family and everything, and getting bills paid and all that stuff. And YouTube was fun during the convoy, but it's not a major thing in his life, I don't think. So he did it for a little while, but he's fine. Last time I talked to him was about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and that's what he told me. It was right before I left to go to Arizona. Right around Christmas time, I think. I called him, talked to him, and yeah, he let his truck or sold it, or I don't know what he did, but he doesn't have that Peterbilt anymore, and he's got he went to work for ABF, I believe, but he's fine. I tried to call him yesterday or the other Tuesday, and he didn't answer, so I'll try again somewhere along the line. Okay. Oh, howdy everyone. That's okay. Trump will be back in August. I don't know. I don't know what to think about Trump. Will he run again? I don't know. I think it would be, I'm going to stir up some stuff here. I think it would be better if he didn't run for office. He just put his backing behind somebody else, okay? DeSantis or somebody, I don't know. I would like to see Texas Governor Greg Abbott. I'd like to see him run. He's, in my opinion, he's a damn good governor. I like it. I like what he's done, you know, so. But anyway, that's getting into politics. David Smith, have you talked about Mud Pig lately? No, I just talked about that. I tried to talk to him the other day, but he didn't. He's doing fine. He's doing fine. Mechanic Eric. Hey, Mechanic Eric, how you doing? I think you'll be fine. Do you think you'll have enough interesting content that people will still watch you, like watching your bus build? If anything, the bus build is the boring stuff, I would think. It's not a how-to. It's just this. I give a report of what, the progress report of how I'm going, but it's not a how to build it or anything like that. There's enough of that stuff that are people that are better builders than me doing it, and people want to take the time to set the camera up just to show tightening up a screw. I just want to put the screw in and go to the next project. Next thing. But once you get out in the bus, go traveling around, I should have plenty of content. As long as I'm mobile, it seems like I have a lot of content. It's when I come home, sitting around here working on the bus, or when I went to during COVID. I didn't have a truck, I didn't have a bus, didn't have anything. And I sit around here, I couldn't find anything to talk about. I had a hard time trying to find content, So, and I wasn't live streaming back then, so I would actually leave and go drive somewhere to go try to find something to talk about, some story to tell. But once I'm traveling, I'm moving around, the content just kind of shows up, like I said, it's just kind of like driving along and stop. What is that? And I'll go over and check it out and make a story about it, put it on a YouTube video. So as long as I'm moving and traveling around, that shouldn't be an issue, finding content. Now, let's do a little timeline stuff real quick. What is it, mid-February now? So mid-February, take 3 or 4 weeks, even if she got a buyer today, it'd take 3 or 4 weeks to get the house sold, do the closing and all that kind of crap. So I'll have the bus functional by then. Spring in Texas is beautiful. It really is nice. Now there's some thunderstorms and things like that, but for the most part, it's really nice weather around here up until mid-April, early April, something like that. So, on the way home on a Monday when I was in, I can't remember where I was at now. I was out in West Texas somewhere. And it was about 4 o'clock. I called the guy that I work for up in Wisconsin. I called him, just let you know I'm still around, still interested. And oh yeah, we're bidding jobs right now. That would be that marketing job that I'm talking about. So I plan on doing that. So timing wise, about the time the house is sold and this bus is ready to turn the key and drive, is probably about the time I'm going to take off and go to Wisconsin. So either, you know, Pam, she can do what she wants. She can go along with me. They'll probably even hire her if she goes full time. They'd hire her too, or she can stay here and either live in the bus, which I doubt she'd do, or she can go over stay with her mom. Her mom's 90 years old and sure would like to have some company, you know, and that would give Pam some time alone with her mom for you know late in years. Okay, so that might be a good idea too. I don't know. So I go off and do that tour for, let's say it's a 3-month tour. Okay, I go do a 3-month tour with that company, and let's say she goes up there for a couple weeks and decides to come back home, get a plane, fly her back home, go hang out with her mom, do that kind of stuff. And then when I get done with the tour, I'll come back down here, and that would be about time for fall harvest up in Kansas. Okay, well, if Kirk needs me in fall harvest, maybe I'll go up there and do a little work with him. You know, if he doesn't, we'll get in the bus and we'll head to Colorado or Utah or someplace up there in the mountains where it's cooler during the hot summer heat. Then come fall, when it cools off down here around Halloween, October, November, you know, it starts cooling off down here. Maybe mosey the bus back down here and spend the holiday season, all November and, you know, Christmas and everything down here. And as soon as that's over, pack the bus up, head to Quartzsite, and go out to Quartzsite and probably spend about 3 or 4 months out in Quartzsite during the winter, and hang out with people and do the whole Quartzsite thing, you know. But stay there for several months. And then after that, start moseying north until I get another call from Wisconsin for the following year. So that's kind of my idea, is go out to the Southwest, maybe not Quartzsite exactly, but go out to the Southwest and hang around down there during the winter, and then during the summer come up and do so temporary job or seasonal job, I guess. So go up there and do that, make a little money, and to be able to fund driving around in the truck. That way I don't have to touch any of my savings or anything, or investments or any of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the timeline thing, what I'm kind of thinking this year is going to look like. So when I'm out traveling, and if I get the right tour, I'm really hoping I get on one of those automotive tours that Matt did last year. That basically gets me up in the morning, go down to a dealership, deliver a car, let them show the car during the day. They say, leave, get out of here. I get in their pickup, or, you know, in the dually, and I go drive around and go explore the area and try to find a YouTube video to do. When that's done in the afternoon, about 5 o'clock, come back, pick up the truck, go to the next town, get a hotel, and you know, just do the tour like that. So I think I'll be stumbling across all kinds of interesting things to make videos about. So it'll be a travel channel, but it won't be in a semi. It'll be in a pickup, hopefully. And you know, who knows what tour they'll come up with. You know, like I said, last year they had me hired on a tour for going around to in the Midwest, all the farm shows. But that fell through. The customer decided to go with a different company. So now how much of that stuff I'll be able to talk about, I don't know. The actual part of the job, I don't know, because they have a non-disclosure agreement. They don't want you talking about stuff like that. So the videos probably won't be of the job. The videos will probably be of the area that I happen to be in, and go see things while we're traveling. So anyway, that's kind of what this year. That's the way this year's gonna lay out. Hopefully, that's kind of what I'm aiming for or hoping for. So all right, I'll read a couple more of these real quick. Reading some of these comments, trying to find something here. Eric, let me know when you're in my area again and we can hang out again. Well, okay. Like I said, I don't know where that, just because I'm going to work, the company is based out of Wisconsin, out of Milwaukee area. The company is based out of Milwaukee, but that doesn't mean I'm going to Milwaukee. I might go up there and pick up a truck and leave and be gone. Another tour, I might not even go to Milwaukee. I might pick up a dually pickup here in Dallas and then drive up somewhere, hook onto a trailer and drag it around, do whatever. Like that farm show, I wouldn't have went to Milwaukee at all. I didn't do the farm show. Like I said, it got not canceled, but they went with a different company. But they had me all lined up on that farm show, and it was going to basically hauling a tractor around to farming conventions. And it was going to be for New Holland tractor, and it was going to haul a tractor, a pickup with a gooseneck with a farm tractor on the back of it, and taking it to these different farm shows, agriculture shows. And that was going to be mainly in the Midwest, all over like Iowa, Nebraska, Iowa. I think the farthest west it was going to be going was Amarillo, is what I remember. There was going to be a little down in southern Georgia, which the farmers in Florida would come up to southern Georgia for it. There was going to be a big show in Louisville, but anyway, that was all kind of in the Midwest where farming is. They're not going to do a farming show in Vermont. Not to say there's not farming in Vermont. It's just not where they're going to put a big convention. So anyway, good. If that's the kind of job, like I said, I might not even go to Milwaukee. I might go right here in Dallas, go pick up a dually and drive it up to, I don't know, someplace and pick a gooseneck up and then go over and pick up a tractor. Who knows what kind of tour they have, but I'm hoping it's one of those automotive tours. All right, read some more here. Okay, Eric, I read it wrong. I was saying you'd be fine. It wasn't a question. Okay. People, Terry Funtime. People like you and the truth that you say. Well, I don't know if it's truth. It's opinion. Sometimes opinions aren't truth. But anyway, I say what's on my mind. I guess I didn't for a long time. I tried to keep politics and religion and everything out of the YouTube, because when I was trucking and doing the videos and everything, the attitude I had is escapism. Give people something to watch that they get done, they go to work and they sit in the office in a cubicle all day, and then they sit in traffic drive all the way home. When they get home, if they want to watch politics, they'll turn the news on, or any of the talk shows or anything like that. If they want politics, they can go there. If they want religion, they can go to church or go to any other, religious channel or whatever. I try to keep that out of it, because not that I had opinions or passionate about different things, but when you're trying to grow a channel, the last thing you want to do is piss off half of your audience. And I did that with the convoy. I lost a lot of viewers because of the convoy, but on the other hand, I gained a lot of viewers. So I'm not so worried about doing, most of the viewers that I got are more of the same mindset of me. If people saw, there was no question where I stood on things, therefore they either like you or they don't, and I was trying to, earlier on, I was trying to balance walk, don't piss off the left, don't piss off the right, just kind of keep it in the middle and keep it controversial or opinionated or whatever. But that ship has sailed. So anyway, there's a lot of farming in Washington State. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying there isn't. That's not where they usually do the big the farm shows, and it doesn't matter, because they didn't get that contract anyway. But when I was talking to them and everything, where they were talking about was mostly in the Midwest. You know, your Nebraska. They got a big show in Nebraska. Husker Harvest Days. I did a couple of videos about that 2.5 years ago with Kirk. Husker Harvest Days in Iowa. I think in Ames, Iowa. There's a big show there. There's one over in Illinois. It's kind of central Illinois, you know, Springfield or something. Not Springfield, but Decatur, Illinois, or somewhere. And it's not by Chicago or something. It's kind of in the middle of the country, in the middle of the state, in a smaller town. But there were all these different big, you know, shows that they were going to do, and none of them were on. I mean, they do a lot of agriculture in California, but none of these shows were in California, at least on that tour that they were going to do. So, not saying there wasn't shows out in California or whatever, but anyway. Bernie, what? The bus build ain't boring. Pam will be able to travel with you. Yeah, okay. That's the reason for building the bus, because we both don't fit in that van. Nerf. You look exactly what I imagine a classic semi-truck driver to look like. Simply speaking, you look cool. I look cool. I do. Cool. All right, I look cool. Greetings from Indonesia. We have a big truck culture here as well. I never thought I looked cool. Did you call Pat? Which Pat? I know about 3 Pats. I know about 3 Pats, and I talked to 2 of them here recently. So probably yeah. There's North Star. See, I've been busy doing dog rescue stuff. There you go. Yeah, that's why I didn't do a video yesterday, because you said you were busy, so I waited until today to do it. See, I think about you. I think about you, Lisa. Let's see. Go back a little farther here and see if I missed. Chad Smith, what is your take on self-driving trucks? The AMA show just put out a video of a company is introducing self-driving trucks. With drivers in them, they will drive your truck, will sleep, they switch. All right. Man, do I got to get into this. The big companies are really, really working. Matt, yes, I did call Pat. I talked to him on Monday afternoon, and he said, yep, I know. I just told him that I'm talking to Pat right now, or to Matt right now. I told him that, I just called and said, hey, you remember me? He goes, oh, yeah. I says, all right, I just want to let you know I'm still interested in everything, and don't forget about me, whenever tours come up. So I'll be ready to, come springtime, whenever probably, April or something like that. And he goes, that's about the time we'll be starting up. So all's good there. Talk to him. Matt, Mark, the guy out in Quartzsite with us, the drone guy, Mark, he wants to come up and work with them too. So I gave him Pat's number. He called Wednesday and left a message. Pat didn't answer. Left a message, and what was it? And then he called me on Friday. Yesterday, he called me and says, hey, what should I do? Should I call again or what? He says, I think I'll wait till Monday. I'm like, that sounds good. And I gave him your number, so he probably could have called you too, okay? So that's to Matt, okay? Nobody else. Anyway, yeah, Greg P. Politics, religion, and motorcycles. Don't get too deep. Yeah, everybody got an opinion on motorcycles. You'll have the schoolies watching you giving them ideas. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Like I said, there's other people building schoolies do a lot better job than I've done on this one here, you know. But yeah, I could spend $100,000 fixing this bus up. I don't want to. The whole idea of a bus is to be fairly frugal about it, you know. And I've spent more than enough money on this bus. But yeah, if you really want to go out on one of these things, you can spend $100,000 and put all kinds of nice stuff in there. So yeah, I mean, I could have ripped all the metal out on the inside and put spray foam insulation and all that. The whole idea for the bus is to travel where the weather is nice. Don't go in Arizona in the summer. Don't go to Montana in the winter. You go where the weather is 75 degrees and it's 55 at night and it's perfect weather. You don't need a heater, you don't need air conditioning, you don't need any of that stuff. So guess what? You don't need a lot of insulation, okay? So that was the whole idea on this bus, is a fair weather traveling bus. Travel where the weather's nice. Now, there's gonna be days when it's gonna be hot and put an air conditioner in the window, you know? And if the solar can't keep up, I run a generator, okay? But, and in the winter, I've got the heater in there, so it should keep it, but I don't want to go in Montana where it's 10 below zero. It'll be a heater for when it's 45 degrees outside and you want to go inside out of the wind. You can go inside, turn the heater on, and it'll bring it up to 65 and you're good, you know. I didn't build that bus to be a 4-season bus. I built that bus to be a 1-season bus, 75 degrees, you know. No, so wherever it's at, 75 degrees, that's where we're heading in the bus, okay? But in the summer, when it's all hot, I'll probably be on one of those tours. So don't have to worry about it. The bus will be parked right there, and I'll be up in wherever doing one of those tours during the summer, okay? And if things change and decide not to do that anymore, well, I'll put the bus up for sale and I'll go buy something different or build something different, you know? I'm not afraid to go buy or build something new, you know? Just the fuel would pay my utilities. Okay, go frugal. Okay, just the fuel. Apparently, you're talking about the bus here. The bus, it will probably get about 9-10 miles a gallon. Okay, that van gets 16, 17 on average. I can get 20 out of it if I drive real slow on highway and there's no wind. If I'm just putting along at 55 mile an hour and there's no headwind or crosswind or whatever, I get 20 miles a gallon out of that van. But typically I get about 16. That's city driving, stop and go traffic and all that kind of stuff, you know, stoplights and all this. So I average about 16. So if the bus gets 10, it's not that much more. It's not like I'm getting 3, okay? So the idea with the bus is drive the bus from point A to point B and park it. Then don't drive it no more. And you got the car to go drive around, or a Jeep or something like that. I'll be taking Pam's car first, and then after that, maybe I'll buy a Jeep or something somewhere along the line. But you don't drive the bus that much, you know? So total, let's do some math real quick. Let's do some math real quick. Let's say from Texas to Arizona to Quartzsite, it's about 1,200 miles. Divided by, let's say 9 miles a gallon. That's 133 gallons times fuel close to $4. It's $533 in fuel. Okay, that's just to get to Arizona. And then sit out there for a while, for 4 months or whatever, drive into town and get water once in a while, and then leave Arizona and drive up into Idaho, or not Idaho, into Utah. So you drive up to Utah, you spend $300 in fuel to get up there, and then you park it for a couple months or a month or so, and use the car to go drive around. Okay, it's not like I'm going to put 100,000 miles a year on this truck, on this bus. I'll be lucky if I put 5,000 miles a year on this bus. So 5,000, let's say from here out to Arizona, up to Utah, back around into Colorado or Montana or whatever, and then eventually back down to Texas. Okay, that kind of a loop. Okay, let's say it's 5,000 miles. Divided by 9 miles a gallon, that's 550 gallons times 4, $2,200 a year for fuel. I mean, it's not going to break you. You know, everybody, oh, look at all the terrible fuel mileage in the bus. No, if I was going to drive the bus like I do the semi, if I put 100,000 on, normally when I was working full time all the time, I put on about 150,000 miles a year on a semi. Okay, and you do the math. 150,000 miles times 35 years, but the last 5 years I wasn't putting that many miles on. So let's just say for the last 30 years. That's 450 or 4.5 million miles I put on trucks in 30 years. Add another 500 for the other 5 years. So 5 million miles. Okay, 5 million miles. And I can't remember, I did the math one time, I looked it up, I can't remember, here. Hey Siri, how many miles is it to the moon?
Here's what I found from RPLNT.com, the distance between Earth and the moon is 284,400 kilometers, 238,855 miles.
Okay, 239, let's say, because you got to go around, you got to orbit a couple times and shoot back. So I drove in my career, my trucking career, I drove roughly around 5 million miles. Divide that by, what was it, 238? Damn it, what was it? 5 million miles divided by 239,000. I went back and forth the moon 20 times. I made 10 round trips to the moon. Just to put things in perspective. 10 round trips to the moon. Yeah. I was busy. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. 10 round trips to the moon. So let's see. Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk. Stan drove to the moon 10 times for freedom. Hey! No, I drove to the moon 10 times for profit. I drove to DC 1 time for freedom. So it's safe to say you're probably burnt out from all the driving throughout the years. Yeah, that's why I'm retiring. The industry has changed so much over the last 5 or 10 years. About the last 10 years, the industry has changed so much. And the quality of the drivers have changed. I've said it before. Every year, they've already had a couple this year up in like in Wyoming and stuff. These huge crashes. One truck will crash, or a car or two will crash, and then the truck will hit that, stop, and then the next truck crash, because they're not on their CV. They're driving, their logbook is saying, we got to hurry up and get there. So they're driving in Montana or in Idaho or Wyoming in the middle of a blizzard, 70 mile an hour with cruise control on, and they're on their phone. They're doing this shit while they're driving down the road. Okay, and they got their shorts and flip-flops on, their foot's up on the dash, and they're doing this. You know, they're cruising down the road, and then they wonder why they have 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 truck pileups. That never used to happen. That's a new thing in the last 5 or 6 years. Never used to have these huge pileups that they have now. Just unheard of, you know. I can remember one huge pileup was in Tennessee, and it was because of fog. And you couldn't see, and there was, I don't know, 100 vehicles involved. And that was 30 years ago. It was a long time ago, and it was because of fog. It was daytime, and they drove through this little valley where there's a lake and everything. Well, there's a big paper mill just down the road, and that paper mill was putting off all this steam and this fog, and it traveled up there. And for about a mile or so, mile and a half, it would drive on a beautiful day, and all of a sudden, you just come into this huge fog bank. And it'd have these huge, had this one big traffic crash. They had another one in California 30 years or 25 years ago because of Thule fog. If you all know what Thule fog is, Thule fog comes off the Thule grass. Okay, and you can look all that up yourself if you want. But anyway, there have been accidents like that. But now there's 3 or 4 or 5 a year. Every winter there's these huge traffic crashes because these new drivers. So I didn't leave trucking. Trucking left me. Okay, you know they say that about political parties too. The Democrats. I didn't leave the Democrats. The Democrats left me, or Republicans, or whatever. You know, yeah, trucking. I didn't leave trucking. Trucking left me. It's different than it used to be, and I put up with it the last 5 or 6 years just because I needed to keep working a little longer. But I can't think of anything better to do. Well, I found something better to do, so I'm going to go do that. So this video is going a lot longer than I expected. I thought it was going to be a 20-minute video, but you got me talking, folks. Yeah, Patricia. Yeah, Trucker G and I are on the same wavelength when it comes to that, what we just talked about. The trucking has changed so much over the years. It's just, I'm waiting. I got 2 more years to go. 2 more years to go, and I'm going to make a video about the Tesla truck. I'll get to you in 2 years about that one. But yeah, 3 years ago, they came out with a Tesla semi, and some idiot made comments. I wouldn't get into trucking. Somebody sent me a message. I was doing one of these live streams. Or no, I wasn't doing a live stream. I was just doing a Q&A, you know. So it was just a regular video that I've taped and I edited and uploaded. I didn't do live streams back then. And I did a video about, and one of the questions that somebody sent me on text or on the emails and stuff, and in the comment section, was about would you recommend somebody become a truck driver today? And I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, I mean, if that's what you know, I mean, you don't know what it was like 30 years ago. If you get into trucking now and look around, yeah, if that's what you're used to, then it's fine. And trucking's been good to me. Okay, I mean, everything I have is because of trucking. You know, I have this hat because of trucking. I have these glasses, money from trucking. Okay, trucking's been good to me over the years. It's been a good career. Somebody could still get into it, and it'd be different than what I did, but it could still be good. Okay, you can still make money in trucking. Now, you don't want to go to work for Swift or somebody like that. You're not going to make any money there. You know, yeah, you'll make a paycheck, but you're not going to make any good money. Okay, in trucking, you got to get into specialized stuff that nobody else wants to do, heavy haul or oversized. You know, windmill blades, things like that. That pays really well. Hazmat, things like this, you know, get into those kind of jobs and it pays really well. But if you're just going to haul freight for Swift, you're not going to make much money. Okay. Anyway, during that video, I made comments about, you know, sure, yeah, you can get into trucking. And somebody said, well, what about the Tesla truck? I'm like, so another video later on, I come back and say, what about the Tesla truck? That's somebody else, you know, that's a Tesla car. And you go, no, they unveiled the Tesla semi. I'm like, never heard of that. So they sent me a link to the Musk grabbing the blanket and pulling it off the truck, you know, the unveiling. And I'm like, well, that looks ugly as hell. It looks like an upside down boat. You take a boat and turn it upside down. That's what it looks like, you know. And it's for aerodynamics and everything. And I'm like, yeah, that's a concept looking truck and everything. And that is the wave of the future. Somewhere down the line, 20, 30 years from now, that's what trucks are going to be. Oh, no. Truck drivers will be extinct. They'll be like buggy whips. There will not, you know, the buggy whip argument after automobiles were, when automobiles were invented and people started buying automobiles, all those guys that made buggy whips, you know, come on, get the horses to going. They went out of business because there wasn't any need for buggy whips anymore. So it's the old buggy whip argument. So when electric trucks become self-driving and all that, they won't need truck drivers anymore. And this idiot says, yep, in 5 years, there won't be any trucking jobs. All you truck drivers will be out of business because of the self-driving Tesla truck. 5 years? Did you really say 5 years? Yeah, they might build a couple trucks in 5 years. Well, first of all, they got to build a plant. They don't even have a plant to build them in, so they're building that one down in Austin, and they're going to start building the trucks and the cars down there. And I think they're getting ready to, they're online by now, I think. I don't know, I haven't followed up on any of that, but the last time I saw, they were about ready to open, and that was quite a while back. So I'm sure they're already producing cars down there. And they delivered their first 2 trucks. 3 years later, they've delivered two Tesla trucks. The last I heard, that was about a month ago. It was all in the news. This trucking company took delivery of the first 2 Tesla trucks. And they were just going to be going back and forth from terminal to terminal, terminal to terminal. And they still needed a driver. Okay? So 3 years ago, the guy said, 5 years from now, there won't be any more trucking jobs because Tesla will take it all over with the self-driving electric truck in 5 years. And my biggest argument was, how are you going to charge them? How are you going to refuel them with electricity? There's not enough electricity in this country. We don't have enough electricity in this country to turn the air conditioners on in California. There's not enough electric. Well, they'll charge them at night. Sure they will. Sure. Okay. With solar? Yeah. So they're putting all these solar panels up. So they're going to charge all these semis at night on solar or wind power. What if it's not blowing wind? It's just. So yeah, don't get me wrong. Musk is doing really. I own Tesla stock. I believe in it. I just don't think it's going to take over the trucking industry in 5 years. I believe that there will be a day, and I'll probably still be alive. I'll be 90 years old. But there'll be some trucks out there that are electric. But there'll be a lot more cars out there. A lot more of the cars will be electric. And you see that. Everybody's putting out their electric cars now. Chevy and Ford and all this, they're all putting out electric cars. Cadillac, BMW, all of them, Mercedes, they're all putting out electric cars. But go out on the highway and count 100 cars. Let 100 cars go by on any highway, just anywhere you want to go. Go out and look at 100 cars. How many of them are electric? 3? That's 97 of them are still gas. Yeah, they're taking over the industry, all right, in 5 years. Yeah. So the thing about the Tesla people is they're way too over optimistic. They think Musk is some kind of god. He's going to snap his fingers and all this shit's going to happen. It will, just not in 5 years, 30 years, 25, 20 maybe, but not in 5. Okay, and don't get me wrong. There'll be a few. 10 years from now, there'll be quite a few electric trucks out there. But will they be self-driving, or are you still going to have a driver sitting in the driver's seat? Trains are on a track, and they still have to have engineers inside to push that panic button. They could operate these trains autonomously. They could, okay? But they keep a human in there for that human element. They can hit that panic button and shut the damn thing down, okay? The computer might not know that. Another thing is, how are you going to drive a Tesla truck in Montana on a farm hauling cattle, or something like that? Hauling agriculture products, whatever it be, wheat or corn or milo or soybeans or whatever, any kind of crop. All those trucks will still remain diesel trucks, So there will be the first trucks you see, and what I think more likely than not, instead of a self-driving truck, they will have convoy trucks or platoon trucks. Okay. What that means is they'll have trucks that are all designed alike. Let's say they're all Tesla trucks. So this company will have, let's say, FedEx or Amazon, okay? Somebody like that. They'll buy the Tesla semi and they'll link them together in a chain electronically with the sensors and everything. So they have one driver driving the front truck, and they'll have 4 or 5 other trucks behind it platooning. So when the front truck hits the brakes, all of them hit the brakes at the same time, and they stay real close together. They have to pass laws. They'll have to pass laws saying cars can't pull in between these trucks, okay? Because these trucks are going to be tailgating each other 20 feet off, 50 feet off each other's ass, and it'd be illegal for a car to go in between them to take an off-ramp or something, okay? They'll have to make all those laws, and you know how Congress, it's gonna take forever to make these laws. So I see that coming first, is an electric truck with a driver, and eventually electric trucks with a driver with 4 trucks in tow, you know, behind it. Not in tow, but they're under their own power, but they're following along with that first truck. So I can see that happening 10 years down the road maybe, but 5 years down the road, you know, 2 years from now, 5 years from back then, all truck drivers are going to be out of business because of Tesla and the self-driving truck. They're delusional. They're totally delusional. Okay. Also, what happens to the industry when everybody that has, like my truck, that diesel-powered truck, and all of a sudden the laws change and say, hey, you have to buy an electric truck. What happens to all that equity that that person has, like me? Now that truck all of a sudden is worth nothing because nobody can buy it because they can't put it on the road. So basically it turns into trash. So I just lost a $100,000 truck because somebody made a law saying that you can't drive a diesel truck on the road anymore. That would really, okay, well, what they'll do is they'll have a government bailout. So the government will pay me $100,000 to trash that truck. Who's going to pay for that? The taxpayer? That's a lot of money. You know, nationwide, that's a lot of machinery. So you see what I'm saying? It's not going to happen in 5 years. They're delusional when they think that. They're also not going to be able to turn every car out there electric and every semi out there electric unless they build some damn power plants. They got to have some power plants, otherwise they'll never be able to charge the damn things. Oh, we got solar and we got wind generators now. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. But if you remember, there was a time when there was no such thing as a gasoline car. There were just buggies and wagons, horse-drawn wagons, and you know, oxen. You know, the oxen pulling the prairie schooners across the country, and horses pulling, you know, wagon trains and stuff like that. The stagecoach is all horsepower. And one day, back in late 1800s, they invented this machine called an internal combustion engine. I don't know when, it was back in 1800s. Was it Mercedes-Benz made the first car? But they had the internal combustion engine before the car, okay, if you remember right. And somebody goes, hey, why don't we put it on a buggy? Let's take this little motor and put it on a buggy. But that was like, I don't remember, let's just say 1885, okay? In 5 years, there wasn't a complete changeover from buggies to cars in 5 years. So in 1890, no, they still hadn't even invented the car yet, okay? And when they did invent the car, it was just for local in town because there wasn't roads for cars. There was trails for horses and stuff. So now, granted, after the Model T came around, it changed quite a bit pretty fast, but that was 30 years later, you know? So yeah, just because they say we're gonna do these electric vehicles and the whole transportation of everything, people, personal car transportation and semi-transportation, it's not going to happen just like that. It'll be a slow, they'll look back in the year 2100, you know, 100 years from now, they'll look back and say, yeah, look how fast that changed over. It only took 30 years. It was pretty quick. It changed from, you know, combustion engines to all electric and self-driving cars in 30 years. But 30 years is a hell of a lot longer than 5, you know, and we already have the roads built, you know. Back then they didn't have roads built. So, all right, that one question turned into a 20-minute rant. All right, let's see what else we got. There you go. Combustion engines were first prominent in aircraft. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Sorry, Nerf. No, they weren't. Combustion engines were put in aircraft in 1911. Is that when the Wright brothers put one in? And they tried to put engines in them, they couldn't get the plane to fly. So they started putting them in combustion engines in planes about the same time they started putting them in buggies to make. They ended up making a car. But the Wright brothers is 1903. I'm sorry, was it 1903? Yeah, something like that. But yeah, they put in planes first because the plane was a brand new machine, and yeah. So, but all that kind of happened right around the turn of the century, back around 1900. All that kind of all jived around at the same time. Captain Kirk, North Star Great Danes, and Tom was snowed in up in the mountains, so he didn't get there until the day before I was leaving. But Roxanne did sit in Stan's lap without complaining. Nope, go figure. Roxanne. Oh, that's Captain Kirk's dog. Yeah, and Tom. Yeah, Tom. That's back in courtside. When I got out there, it was about a week or so before Tom finally showed up because he was snowed in up there where he lives. He couldn't get, they kept getting snow up there, and he had a hard time getting out. There you go, Greg, you're right on that. The very early cars were electric, but they changed to gasoline because electric cars were impractical because they didn't have the battery technology back then. How's the bus doing? It's sitting right there. Nothing's changed on the bus since I left. I haven't done anything. I'll take that back. I took the mattress out of the semi and put it in the bus. That's it. That's all I've done. And I took the original mattress that came with the truck and put it in the truck. Okay. I wanted to keep that good mattress because it's a nice one of those memory foam mattresses. So anyway, that's the only thing I've done with the bus so far since I got home. I put the mattress in there, and that's it. That's my mattress. Now Pam's mattress is going to be the one in my van. The one in my van is going to go on the other platform. So twin beds. Okay. Just like Lucy and Desi Arnaz. I love Lucy. They slept in twin beds. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Tim Beard just got done restoring my 72 Mustang. Can't to go to my first show. Very good. I love Mustangs. My favorite car. If I won the lottery, I didn't even check my numbers. Huh? Maybe I won last night. I don't know. But if I win the lottery, the very first car I buy, classic car, whatever, will be a '69 Mustang Mach 1. That's my favorite. Red with a black shade hood. Yeah. That's my favorite car they ever made. I love the '69 Mach 1. A red '69 Mach 1. I love that car. One of my favorites. Now, I get all kinds of other stuff too, but that's for a whole nother discussion. I see the smoke. What kind of smoke are you fond of? Well, super value, cheap stuff. And this is Whiskey Cavendish. This is not. I've reused this. I bought, where is it at? Oh, I bought some, I was buying this ounce and a half, 1.5 ounce, 1.5 ounces of tobacco for about $6.99, I think. It used to be $5.99, went up to $6.99. But recently, when I left to go out to Arizona, before I left, I went down to buy some of these, and I thought, no, instead of buying them, I'm just going to buy a bigger pack. So this was a 12 ounce, okay? And what was the price on it? $34, okay? $34. And I bought all this tobacco, and it's just ultra. It's kind of a, it's not a flavored tobacco. It's kind of a plain pipe tobacco, okay? Super value brand. My tobacco shop in town, that's kind of what they carry. They have other stuff like Dutch Masters and what's the other one? Prince Albert and stuff like that. But I bought them and I can't tell the difference. I mean, tobacco is tobacco as far as I can tell. So I bought this, and then when I was out in Arizona, was in Lake Havasu, I went by a smoke shop out there that I went to the previous year, and I bought some of this amaretto. So I got all this amaretto, but I had another one that I mixed with this one. So I smoked about half of this down and I put one of these in there, but it was a honey flavor. So this is ultra and honey mix. And then when this gets down low enough, I'm gonna put this in there and mix that with that. So, but anyway, the amaretto, smells good. And then this here is, like I said, a mix of honey flavor. Anyway, it smells good. And the funny thing is, I buy the flavored or the smelly tobacco. When you're smoking the pipe, you don't smell that smell, okay? It's weird. But the people sitting around you smell it, and that's why I buy the stuff that has a flavor to it. Not for me, it's for the other people, so it's pleasant to them, and they won't go, oh, that stinky old cigar, you know? Pipes have flavored tobacco, and the person that enjoys the flavor is the other people, you know, that secondhand smoke, you know, is who enjoys that. So that's why, yeah, it's just whatever cheap stuff. I don't buy high dollar tobacco because I have bought it and I can't tell the difference. It smokes the same, tastes the same. I don't really notice any difference. But that's what I'm smoking in here is that honey and ultra mix. Can you smell that? Oh, also, this is my old pipe. Here's the new one with the long stem, see? So I've got, this is when I was smoking out there at the campfire and everything. But when I got back here, I just went back to smoking this one. This is the one that's got the big crack in it. See the big crack? So, but it only goes down about so far, so the crack really doesn't bother. And then I ordered a new pipe. Should be coming in Monday. I ordered a new pipe. It's a little different style than this. It's about the same size, but it's flat on the bottom. So when I set it down, this one falls over. You gotta lay it down. This one here, you'll be able to set it down and it'll stay upright. And I don't know, it was a cheap $20 pipe, so I don't know if it'll be any good or not. Nerf, oddly I can smell that. You got one hell of a good sniffer then. Stan's tobacco smells like cherries. Yeah, Captain Kirk, the stuff I was smoking out there was the leftover. It was, I think it was cherry flavor. When you were around and I was smoking, it was a cherry flavor. I smoked the rest of that, and then this, and then I kept this bag to refill. Oh, that's another thing I ordered. Well, I get tired because I've always had a new one of these. And when you're done, you just throw away and you open a new pack. But it's starting to get all ratty and nasty. It's just plastic tobacco in a bigger bulk and put it in that leather pouch instead. We're all getting secondhand smoke from a screen. Yeah. And can I blow smoke rings? No. Back when I used to smoke cigarettes back when I was young, when I went in the military. I never smoked in high school or anything like that. When I went in the Army and you're standing in formation, and one of the things they always say are, all right, fall out, smoke them if you got them. And everybody would light up a cigarette. And I didn't have any cigarette. I succumbed, is that the right word? I succumbed to peer pressure. Everybody else is smoking. Well, I better start smoking, fit in. So I smoked cigarettes for a while, Marlboro and stuff like that. Smoked cigarettes for a while, and then met a girl, ended up marrying her. She hated to smoke, so I quit smoking. So I smoked for maybe 2 years, and then quit smoking. And then when we split up, started smoking again. And then I met some other girl, and she didn't like smoke, so I quit smoking. And then we'd split up, and I just didn't smoke. And then I meet another girl, and she did smoke, so I just kind of back and forth there for, I don't know, about 10 years. Smoked and didn't smoke, on and off for about 10 years. And then one day, I went down to the convenience store and bought a pack of cigarettes, and they were like $5 a pack. And that's when my cheap tightwad kicked in. I don't enjoy cigarettes that much. I really didn't. Never really enjoyed cigarettes that much. Why am I spending $5 a pack for the stupid things? So I quit smoking. And I didn't smoke up until just, I don't know, a couple years ago, I started smoking pipe. And why? I don't know. I guess, thought I'd try it. I enjoy it, but I don't smoke it. I smoke quite a bit out at Arizona around the campfires a lot because I was sitting around a lot. Here, I smoke when I'm sitting taking a break. I'll smoke a little bit, and then 2 hours later come back and smoke, and then I won't smoke the rest of the day. A couple tokes couple smokes a day, and that's about it. That's not even a full bowl. It's basically one bowl a day or whatever. Whenever I'm out here. Otherwise, I don't. When I was driving, I didn't smoke. When I just right here at the shop. It's the only place I smoke, unless I go to quartzsite and I'm out there around the fire. So, but anyway, something about it. Y'all were talking about stuff. CRX was able to turn into a driveway off the highway at 55 miles without losing traction. Okay. Captain Kirk's right. If you didn't smoke in the Army, they would give you a detail or a job to do. So a lot of guys picked up smoking because they were always so dumb and tired. Yeah. With me, it was just, whenever they fall out, they smoke them if you got them. And I'm like, everybody's got them except me. So I better join the crowd, All right, I'm getting a message on my phone, low battery. So battery is running out. So time to knock this thing off. We've had a long enough conversation, I guess. Hour and a half? Are you kidding me? Wow. I was gonna do a 20-minute video, just to let you know I'm back home, everything's good. Yeah. Gift of gab, huh? I got the gift of gab. So with that, y'all be good. I gotta go do something. So I gotta go get to work on that bus, I guess. So we'll be back with you in a few days and show you any kind of progress I've made, okay? And y'all be good. Let's see, who all was that? We have you talking for a long time, but we understand if you stop. Haha. Yeah, okay. So there you go. All right, folks. Y'all be good. Take care. We will see you. I don't know. What is today? Saturday? I don't know. Probably maybe around Wednesday or Thursday. Something. I don't know. Somewhere along in there, maybe. If something comes along, hey, I got to show you this. We'll do a video. Okay. So with that, y'all be good. Take care, and love y'all. Thanks for being my snack pack, as we said. Thanks for being the snack pack. People around the fire were asking, what is it they call your group of people? I'm like, snack pack? And I thought it was something like Sasnakians and stuff. I said, that's what I wanted, but I did a survey on YouTube and asked what do people want to call themselves, and they all said snack pack, and it was like 60%, I got like 15% on Sasnakians. So yeah, so I guess y'all are the snack pack. So y'all be good, take care, and where's my coffee? I left my coffee in the van. I've been sitting here this whole time, haven't had my coffee. So y'all be good. I gotta go find some coffee. Bye. See y'all later.